I'm Carmen Gill. I am originally born in Mexico and I came to the U.S. when I was 4. I've been living in Salinas, California since then, so this is where I grew up. This is my hometown. I went away to college and I came back because I wanted to work in my community. Growing up here, I saw the need and the large lack of resources and services that we have here, so I really wanted to come back and be able to do something for our community and for our youth especially. So I've been back for a while now, and I am currently serving as the hub manager for Building Healthy Communities East Salinas, which is an initiative of the California Endowment. This is a 10-year initiative that works to improve the health and well-being of all Californians, and specifically in our site, it's within East Salinas. When they're working to do this by really addressing the root causes. So what is behind everything? What's the underlying cause to violence, to alcoholism, to drug abuse? What's really at the bottom of that? And so we're taking a holistic approach to that so that we can help deter some of the negative aspects that exist within our community. So the underlying challenges are many. Some of it is systematic. The lack of opportunities for our youth is huge. Like I said, I grew up here, so seeing that there was not that many channels for youth to engage in, we get stuck in one direction or another. So the lack of opportunities for them really give way to this violence epidemic that we have here. If there's nothing to do, then the kids are going to be outside hanging out on the streets and are probably going to get into some kind of trouble. And so if we don't help address those issues and provide more opportunities for entire families, not just for the youth, but the entire family as a unit, then we're going to continue seeing some of the negative aspects that continue to build up in our community. For me, it's about creating opportunities. I believe that I was fortunate enough to have some opportunities within my lifetime, and that's what's helped me get to where I am and has helped my family accomplish the American dream, or be living the American dream. So for me, it's about creating those for everybody else. I live a very similar lifestyle. I grew up in a very similar way that most of our residents here in Salinas, and particularly in East Salinas, are growing up and living in. So I know what it takes, and I've also been fortunate enough to have some of those challenges, taken away or dismissed a little bit, so that I can achieve some level of success and accomplish some of my goals. And so for me, it's really about creating those opportunities for especially our younger folks, our young generation, so that they can also have choices in their lives. And because of the scarcity of them here in Salinas, my goal and my job, I see as a young person coming back to the community, is to really help open those doors for our young people. In that work, one of the biggest challenges, I believe, is some of our systems and some of just organizations are used to doing things the way that they've been doing them for years, and change is hard. So getting people to understand that sometimes you have to change with the times, and that maybe there may be different tactics to use or different ways that youth are more likely to respond to. Getting them to understand that and change the way they do business sometimes, or a certain aspect of the way they do business, is difficult. So it is about getting them to understand, though, because I think that once people begin to grasp it and understand it, then they see the value in it. That's actually an opportunity as well, though. So when people actually begin to see the value of changing the way they do business, or incorporating a new way into their organization or their current work, and they're seeing that is actually giving way to some good work and is actually being fruitful, then the beauty and the opportunity is the change that they begin to incorporate into their way of doing business or doing their work. And the fact that they begin to be more open and more willing to address things a different way. So that I have also seen as an opportunity here. So my hopes are really that there's a robust amount of services and opportunities here for our youth. I really believe that if we had more channels for them to engage in, then we wouldn't be suffering the violence that we have right now. So really, my goal would be able to leave the community with tons and tons of different opportunities, whether that's available art programs or music programs, engineering programs, and just to have a robust amount of opportunities and programming for our youth to engage in.